Hi.
This is the official, for me, for editing purposes, this is the official start of podcast, Blake. Cut here. Do not cut after the title sequence like you normally do. Listen to me, including this part. This is going in the episode. Everything before this does not.
It's going really well.
Hi, Emmy.
What do you want to talk about today?
I have quite a few things to talk about today. I know you have quite a few things. You're going to do more talking than I do, which I'm grateful for. I need to tell you what happened at work today.
What happened to you at work today?
Okay. So, for context, I'm not going to say what company I work for or what I do necessarily, but partially what I do. I currently talk to people about implementing software for them, right? Okay, that part's set. In this particular software, they have to be able to print a specific report every month. And I was on the phone with this woman for an hour today for something. One, I'm not in charge of how they use their printer or how their printer works, but I had to sit on the phone with this woman for an hour trying to help her troubleshoot her own printer to figure out how to print this thing in the proper orientation. Because she did not know. She's sweet. She's like 65 years old. She doesn't know how any of this works. And I'm just sitting there like, why am I on the phone for an hour? That's why I'm grateful I don't have to do most of the talking today.
You were very patient to sit on the phone with an hour for that woman solving a problem that was not your problem and was not your job to fix, but that was very kind of you.
It is, you are the fourth person to call me patient today, and I don't think you guys know me very well, because when it comes to time-related things, I'm like, what are you doing?
Why are you wasting your time?
Yep, 100% me. That was my day. How are you, Emmy?
My day's been good. We'll talk about this when we get to backlog, but I finished a game last night, and I've had, for most of today, and a little last night as well, a game hangover. I feel this way a lot with books and TV shows as well, where like you finish something you've invested so much time into and something you're so emotionally invested in, and it's like your hyper fixation for a while, and then it's over, and you're like, what do I do with my life?
And then you try to start something new, and then it takes you a while to like start into it, to rev into the new thing.
Yeah, you don't want to start anything new because your mind and your heart are still in the other thing. So I've been kind of dealing with that today. I had to play a little bit of the Animal Crossing 3.0 update, obviously, because I'm speaking on that today. And I have a whole stack of books that need to be read this month, and I just couldn't pick any of them up or do anything with them because I'm still thinking about it.
I'm gonna have the exact same conversation as you regarding that, but let's quickly talk about backlog. I'll let you go first because you have the bigger update for backlog. You have the biggest good news.
My backlog update is that I, as of last night, beat Mass Effect 3. So I'm officially played every single Mass Effect game. I'm officially caught up with the main series. The Legendary Edition is done. Quick thoughts on Mass Effect 3. I think Blake and I at some point are going to do a Mass Effect review episode because we have both played the Legendary Edition within the last year for the first time.
Yes.
But I know a lot of people had a lot of anger toward 3, specifically about the ending, and maybe it's because I went into it already knowing the ending, because this is one of my best friend's favorite series, and so I've seen her play it several times throughout the years. So I already knew the ending when I went in. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I would have liked more of an epilogue, so I do see where the complaints fall and what people were unhappy with, but it wasn't the devastating blow to me that I think it was to a lot of people. And honestly, it just made me realize that it was that lack of an epilogue that directed a lot of the anger toward Andromeda. Because people, and I was even talking to somebody about that today, where they were like, yeah, people really wanted the 4th to be more about Shepard and wrapping up that story, and they were really mad it wasn't. And so, if anything, I was bitter at the ending for the damage it inflicted upon Andromeda's reputation before it even existed.
Real quick, for anyone who hasn't played Mass Effect 3 and you don't want spoilers, skip ahead like 5 minutes.
2012. Okay, the game came out in 2012. It's been 14 years.
What ending did you choose?
What about spoilers for games that are over 10 years old?
Which ending did you choose?
I got the quote-unquote, like, perfect ending that you have to get, like, the most amount of war assets for, where Shepard lives. I destroyed the Reapers. I was really bummed to also destroy the Geth along with that because I just had them made peace with the Quarians and they got sentience. But I wasn't keeping the Reapers around.
I don't remember what
And
I
plus,
picked.
it's the only one where Shepard lives.
I have to go back and check what I picked. I think I sacrificed Shepard. I think I did.
I mean, how many? It really depends on how many war assets you had because you might not have had all the options if you didn't have max war assets. And
I
like to
had
get max war assets, you have to like scan every planet and get everything.
I had pretty high. I thought I had max. I had all three options because there were three options presented to me.
Well, if you sacrifice Shepard, then you either chose synthesis or you chose control.
I think I chose synthesis. I think I chose synthesis. I don't think that's right. I don't remember.
There's one where Shepard is sacrificed and becomes the leader of the Reapers, and then she can control the Reapers. There's another where the synthetic life and organic life are merged into one weird. I didn't really understand what was happening with that one. And then there's the destruction of the Reapers. The catalyst was like, well, at some point, the AI, the synthetic life, will destroy organic life. And I just think it's been like a million years since the catalyst was around, and maybe things have changed. And also, I felt like the Geth and the Quarians being able to make peace after hundreds of years was kind of symbolic of that. And also, I killed all of them anyway. So what?
No, that's right. I do remember. Shepard didn't live because I didn't have mass war assets, but I did kill the Reapers. I killed all the Reapers. Fear of the unknown.
I beat this game last night at like midnight. And I was just sobbing my eyes out, like through the last like hour, 2 hours of this game. It was really emotional. I romanced Garrus for the record. There were a lot of moments where Garrus was like, if we die, meet me in heaven. And I just started crying. I was so emotional about Garrus. And then there's a moment. So my Shepard lived, but she still gets blown up. And so everyone thinks that she's dead. And so they still had the moment where they gave Garrus the Shepard plaque to hang on the wall of all the people who had died, like the memorial wall. They handed him the Shepard plaque, and I started sobbing when they gave him that plaque. And then I started crying harder when he goes to put it up. And I don't know if your love interest, whoever you romance, actually did put it up because your Shepard died. But my Garrus did not put it up. He kind of like stopped halfway and then just kind of like looked out into space like he knew I was there.
I need to replay the ending because I don't remember the plaque. I need to go back. I had the save file still there, so I just need to go back. I don't know why I don't remember.
On the ship, on like the crew level 3. Yeah, it's like that big memorial.
No, I remember that. I don't remember the Shepard plaque. I just don't remember what they did.
I don't know if you got. Anyway, they like put Anderson's name up there, and then they gave Garrus the plaque that had my name and told Garrus to put it up there, and then he stopped and didn't do it. And then it cuts to my Shepard, and she takes a big breath and is living. I think that would have really upset me if I had been in the dark about the way the game ended, and also there was confirmation from the creators that if Shepard, you got the scene with Shepard breathing, Shepard does canonically live at the end. So Shepard's alive, and I also saw something where it was like, yeah, if Shepard lived, of course Garrus is going to find her, so yeah, I'm keeping that to keep my peace.
I mean, I've romanced Liara, so, I mean...
Liara made me so mad so many times throughout the series. Not because of anything she specifically did, she's fine, but it was so obvious to me that she was meant to be the canonical romance option. Mm-hmm. Like you were supposed to play as a male Shepard in romance Liara, or play as a female in romance Liara, because she gets way more content than anybody else. I would go up to Garrus like after every quest. I was like, "Hi, Garrus," and he'd always be like, "No, can't talk now." Liara wouldn't stop calling me. It's like, can I come to your cabin and hang out? Can I come to your apartment at the city and hang out? We should go do something together. Are you at the Citadel today? And they'd be like, yo, Liara really wanted to talk to you. Would not leave me alone.
Did you do the apartment DLC? Because that part was sick.
That was the only thing I regret about that was I did it too early.
Same, I did too.
Mass Effect. And this is what made me really mad. I guess my big complaint about the Legendary Edition is that they didn't mark DLCs. Like DLCs weren't labeled as like this is a DLC item, and I wish they had, because oftentimes I would just go into a quest and be like, I'm gonna do this quest real quick, and it would be like a 3-hour experience and I'd be trapped in it, and I would know better. So I did the Citadel DLC too early. I didn't have Tali. I didn't have some of my companions from 2 to invite. But I had all the main crew members, and I had Kasumi from 2 and
Kasumi's my
Jack
girl.
from 2.
I hate Jack.
Thane was dead. Morden was dead. I did cry for Morden.
Wait, so you didn't get Thane in 3?
I did see Thane in 3, but he dies.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure you saw that because, yeah, I was like, did you kill him in 2 on accident? But no.
No, I had everybody live in 2, but I went to see Thane at the hospital. I did, but, he was toast, so he couldn't come to the party. He couldn't come.
No.
He was dead. But I loved the Citadel DLC. It actually made me realize that what I thought, because like I said, I had watched Tia play a lot of this game. I always thought a scene from the Citadel DLC belonged at the end game, and now I realize I was just watching her play the DLC.
I love
that all in my head.
I love the Citadel DLC because it's just a comic relief buddy cop, like
Yeah.
good old time.
There's a line I think when I brought Garrus with me. I always brought Garrus on every mission because boyfriend privileges. Yeah. I was with Garrus and I think Rex, and we were in an elevator, and Garrus said something along the lines of like, "Does anybody else miss the days where we used to make conversation in the elevator?" And Rex was like, "No." And he's like, "Oh, nobody wants to like talk about their species history or like conflicts or anything." He's like, "No." He's like, "Okay." And I felt to me where I was like, did the players complain about that? Did the players complain that the companions had stopped speaking in the elevator and this was like the devs kind of making fun of them? I felt that way.
Yeah, valid. Okay.
It was just weird.
I think we got to stop talking about Mass Effect because I have to go through my 2 games I finished on my backlog and then news. Hey, you were the one who hesitated, and so was I. I can't say anything, but you hesitated because you loved Andromeda so much that you didn't want to.
I did hesitate. Let me say this. I hesitated because it's older and I tend to do less well with old games. And also, I think if I had played the series on anything other than casual, I probably would have had a worse time with it, but I played it on super easy mode, so it was good.
Yay.
Right,
my turn. Now it's time for Emily to make fun of me, as usual, because I finished.
What anime game did you play this week?
I finished a series, a 2-game series. They're both short. They're both like 15 hours apiece. Like pretty short games. Knights of Azure 1 and 2. This is the same people who made those Blue Reflection games I played last year, and I think they have a trend of making a really shitty first game and making an awesome second game. Though I was not expecting, because I thought, oh, it's just an action JRPG, whatever, interesting story. The story was just fine in both. Both of them involve Yuri romance, like that is a central theme for both. So I'm like, okay, cool, great. So they were a good time. I think they were just above mid. I don't think they were great. I don't think they were bad though. I don't think they were slightly better than mid. And that's the end of my story.
They're fine.
I currently have started the Oblivion remaster though. So God help me.
You play the original?
No, I've never played Oblivion.
It's a remake though, isn't it?
No, it's a remaster. It's
a remaster?
It's graphically updated and they made the combat better. But other than that, it's the same voice actors. Everything is the same. The menuing is the same.
Okay, wait. Did they redo the graphics from the ground up?
That I don't know. I mean, it looks. I think that is the only like remake portion though. If I had to.
No, but I think technically that's what defines a remake from a remaster. Is if they just put like a filter on it or try to like up like the fidelity, it's a remaster. If they actually rebuild the assets in the world from like the ground up, even if they use the same voices, then it's a remake.
See, I don't think, here's the thing. I don't think they did build them from the ground up. I think they truly just put their old engine, tweaked it for Unreal Engine 5, threw it into Unreal Engine 5 and said, hey, make this beautiful. And they did make it beautiful. I don't know. It looks real good. It looks way better than the original. Yeah, it is remastered.
This one says it's a remake.
No one can really define. I mean,
it's complete with new character models and animation from scratch, new lines recorded. Yeah, I think that's a remake. My rule of thumb is if you have to remake the assets, it's a remake. Like The Last of Us had the remastered, which was just like a nice little tweak. But if you actually are remaking the game, remaking the assets, and adding in new features, it's a remake.
Okay, if that's the case, then I already have a complaint. Why not make the menuing system like Skyrim's, which was flawless, and Oblivion's is jank as hell? Like, if you're gonna put that much work into like the character assets, just fix the menuing and all that. My God, it's still fun. I'm actually enjoying. Like, at first, it was that initial. I'm like, I don't really want to start a long game, and then I started getting into it, and then I found my first Oblivion portal, which was not in Skyrim. I'm like, why didn't they bring this to Skyrim? This was sick. They could have brought this over, and they haven't. But I'm only like 6 hours in. I have a lot more to do.
A quick question, jumping back. Your top 5 games of last year were Expedition 33, Split Fiction. What were the other 3?
It was a tie-in Peak and Repo. Honorable mention to Dredge. That was supposed to be. That was on there, and then I put Peak and Repo. Final Fantasy 16. What am I missing?
You were only doing games that released that year, though, right?
No. Final Fantasy 16 released last year.
Wow, we are different people. Because you didn't include Mass Effect in that.
I was hard. It was hard because I was like, do I add this or do I not include this? What was the other one?
I'm already predicting Mass Effect is going to be my game of the year, if not like second best game of the year.
I mean, that's valid. I don't blame you for that.
I haven't stopped thinking about it.
What was the other game? That's going to drive me insane.
I don't know. You'll have to go back and watch last week's episode.
Oh, Balatro. Why did I forget Balatro? I haven't played in 2 weeks.
You have so much trauma from Balatro. Your mind's trying to block it out.
I don't know if it's trauma. It's just I've had my fill for now. Yeah, I've had my fill.
I think there's trauma in there.
Speaking of Expedition 33, let's jump into some news. The first bit of news, and I know Emily has heard, I'm pretty sure, Emily, you've heard this, but you haven't told me about this. Currently, and since it came out, Expedition 33 has the highest user score on Metacritic. Users are praising something to beat it. That game...
Oh, I did read this yesterday, actually.
Is Cory in the House for the Nintendo DS.
I love Cory in the House.
Hey, Cory do be in that house. Well, Kyle Massey is like insane now or something. I'm pretty sure. Like he's.
I did hear that tragically, but we can't base our love for Nintendo property or not Nintendo, Disney property based off of where the child actors ended up, because that would be a slippery slope.
That's true. That's very, very true. But yeah, and every time I see a video regarding this, the top comment's always, well, Cory did be in that house.
It was not. The call was coming from inside the house.
The White House, that is.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's just a funny thing that gamers do for some reason. I just know now the Cory in the House Nintendo DS game is going to explode in praise. So great. Yeah, wonderful. Technically, because Cory in the House is the greatest anime of all time, it is a JRPG.
One JRPG beating out another JRPG.
The next one's a little bit more sad. Anthem is shutting down, and even though this game flopped, like this was BioWare's massive flop, the servers shutting down have people screaming like, hey, this is what Stop Killing Games was supposed to do. Because it's one thing that they're shutting down servers. It would be fine. Huh?
No, keep going.
Yeah, it is unplayable because of this. It'd be fine if there was a way to let fans have custom servers for these types of things, though. This thing that people have spent money on, like if you can't justify keeping the servers open, fine, I get that. But then you need to open it up so the game can still work for people who want to play it and make custom servers and do whatever they got to do.
It's kind of inexcusable to take away a game from players that they have paid money for. I will say, I know Anthem flopped. Now that I'm in the Mass Effect and now that I'm like really into Mass Effect, and I was previously because I did love Andromeda, but now that I'm like really invested, it makes me mad that this is what BioWare did when they could have been making another Mass Effect game.
I'm not mad at BioWare. I'm mad at EA, as usual. What else is
Either or, man. But like,
I think
I'm not more Mass Effect.
At the end of the day, I think BioWare has really, really good talent, but EA is like, oh, but these single-player games don't make money. Make multiplayer bad game for super cheap.
Make money.
and it didn't make money because it failed so hard. And yeah, a bunch of players at the last days had gone on and started playing and going through it. You know, just going through and enjoying their last moments in this game that did not work. So,
And then everything died.
and now it's gone as of January 12th. So 3 days ago, Anthem is no longer playable on any console. And now I don't. What are GameStop going to do with the 30 copies they have on the shelf?
Burn them.
True.
Nothing you
True.
can do. I don't think any game should exist. I mean, I guess not any game. Like, there's Club Penguin, but I think for the most part, games should not exist exclusively via like online servers. Like, not games you're paying $70 for on a console.
And when Club Penguin and Toontown, if we're going that route, were shut down, Disney is like, hey fans, you can create this. Now the rewritten version of Club Penguin got shut down by Disney because they broke the rule and they were accepting money, which they weren't supposed to do for the fan server. But like, hey, Disney's like, hey, if you stay within these guidelines, you can keep this thing alive. We're just not paying to do it, and that's fun. Like, as long as you make it to where people can do the thing they want to do. I digress. That's my tea hot cent hot tea 6 cents. I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore. No, I'm having a bad
Your 2 cents, like your 2 cents.
Yeah, I'm having a bad ADHD
If
day.
you're having a 6 cents, we have to talk.
I'm seeing dead people, dude. I'm seeing dead video games on my screen currently.
So. I was gonna say, is Kingdom Hearts there? Do you see Kingdom Hearts? Did it already pass?
I have 3 more bits of news to get through before Emily does all the talking. New PlayStation colors. Yay! We got black and red. We got green and red. Green and black. And we got black and blue.
What an ugly gradient, too. It's just so nasty.
It's not great. Yeah,
it's
just like...
It makes me so mad. At least Nintendo indulges me. I have my pastel blue, I have my pastel green, I have my pastel pink. PlayStation is like, we're for the gamers, and gamers don't like pink. They like dark, manly colors like red and green and blue.
Like, me and Emily talked about this a little bit before. They've done it once. They had the rose gold PS4 controller, which I still have back there, which is their best looking controller by a hot mile. And they're like, no, not again. It drives me mad.
Soft or like just, it has to be neon or like deep. And it can't, the only time they ever get there is like a slight purple. But even the purple is like a neon purple or like a really intense purple. It's never
this is the purple I have, and it's more like closer to navy than it is to purple.
That's like a blue, yeah.
Yeah.
That looks blue.
In person, you can tell it's purple, but on camera, no way. No way.
Yeah, it's just it's always very deep and dark. They just won't let you have any like cute colors.
But this is my
PlayStation's
baby.
like afraid of being cute. They think, yeah, that's cute.
The pearlescent, the pearlescent's real good.
Yeah. Except I can never convince myself to go spend $80 on a PlayStation controller when I only play single player games.
Oh, I traded in my 2 normal color ones to get that one because I'm like, that's worth it. Yeah. Neither of us are Xbox people, but I will even say Xbox is like, hey, this is the colors you want. We'll give you the colors you want, and like they have good colors. Even further, I think they still do this. Xbox controller design lab. Yeah, they have the design lab where you can make your own Xbox controller, whatever colors and whatever you want. Like you can do whatever you want to them. Huh?
Get it together. PlayStation just needs to get it together.
Like, this is such a good idea. We're not Xbox people, but well, I say we're not Xbox people. I just got a Xbox 360 for free from Chase because apparently there's a lot of games that are exclusive to that have not been moved over and people love them. So
I have an Xbox 360.
So did I back in the day. It's
gone now. Yeah.
Speaking of Xbox, there's a direct for Xbox happening on the 22nd, and for the first time, I'm excited for it. For the first time, I'm like pumped about it. We're mainly because Fable is coming back. Like they're remaking the first Fable, and they're bringing it to PlayStation. Like
nice. That's
huge. I expect them to talk about and I saw it on the PlayStation Store the other day. And I was like, wait, what? Because I forgot. The Halo 1 remake is going to PlayStation. So like. That's the nail in the coffin. Like Xbox knows, like, hey, our consoles aren't selling. Put it on PlayStation.
Put it all on PlayStation, man.
The reason I'm more excited is because there's two reasons I'm excited. Reason number one is that I think because of the success of Fallout, the TV season 2 right now, I think they're going to announce remasters for Fallout 3 in New Vegas coming
That would
to.
be great. I would play those if they remaster them.
Yeah, I think they're going to bring those to everything. I will 100% put 1,000 hours in Fallout New Vegas again. 100%, no questions asked. I think that because Atlas for some reason has been going strictly with Xbox Directs lately, I think we might get a look into P4 remake or maybe P6 because we have hit the 30 years of Persona. Huh?
Don't put P6 out there. You know, if you think you're going to get it, you're just not going to get it.
But we just hit the 30-year Persona anniversary this year.
Yeah, something I've learned is that game companies just don't care about anniversaries the way we care about anniversaries.
They keep posting about it like they do. I guess we'll see.
Like, this year, I saw something actually right after we finished talking. Was it last week? Last week we were talking about Zelda and potential Zelda games that might drop this year. And then right after we got off podcast, I saw something about this year being the 40th anniversary for the Zelda series. And that makes me feel like we have to get something. And then I think, and I'm like, actually, for the 35th anniversary, didn't we get, like, something really stupid? I mean, we got the Skyward Sword remaster, so I'm not going to, like, turn up my nose at that. But we got something like a...
Let's see, this was 2021 was the 35. I think it was just Skyward Sword remaster.
No, there was something else that was really stupid.
It
was like a physical item. Game & Watch. It was the Zelda Game & Watch.
Oh, yeah. That was it.
That was it. I was like, it was something really stupid.
I see these in GameStop regularly. Like, they're still there. Like, they can't get rid of them.
I mean, like, I don't, like, I guess I can't speak much if they show up and they're like, hey... For the 35th, we gave you Skyward Sword Remastered. For the 48th, we'll give you Wind Waker. But
Wind Waker remade from the ground up.
No, man, don't remake it. Those graphics are perfect. They don't need to be touched.
They are.
Give me Wind Waker HD. Good.
Oh, my God.
This last bit of news you have better not be Animal Crossing related, my dude.
It is, but not for bad reasons. I know, but this is just a weird thing that happened recently. That should have happened 5 years ago when this thing, and I didn't know this existed until today, and I saw this article. Apparently, there was a popular adult island, and Nintendo finally deleted it all this time later. So,
that's creepy.
Why did it take them 5 years? Who knows?
You know what? Like, that's going to be really the theme of today's episode is why did it take them 5 years to do this? You're really hitting the nail on the head because that's a lot of what we're going to be talking about today.
Hold on. My wife has something to say. Say it again, honey.
Oh, free the nipple.
Oh, Allison said free the nipple. Emily's clapping. She's happy.
Stunning contributions from Allison. She always does the best.
Yeah, that's all my news. Oh, you have news.
Yes, I do have news. I don't have an article for it or anything, but it was something that I just recently saw announced because it affects my backlog or the games I'm planning on playing this year.
I know what
007 First Light got pushed back from March to May 27th, so it will be a couple extra months for 007 First Light.
You're never going to guess how I found that out.
How'd you find that out?
I went and I switched the pre-order I had for the 16th to 007 First Light, and they're like, it comes out in May. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. And they're like, nope, it's May. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it just got pushed back. So that's a bit of a bummer, but also, and I say this knocking on wood and fingers crossing and all that, it works out because Black Flag is still supposed to launch in March. According to the ghosts that whisper in my ear every night about the plans of Ubisoft, Black Flag is still supposed to be showing its face sometime soon.
I mean, hey,
yeah. It pisses me off, really. I've talked to my friends about how badly this pisses me off. Everybody knows it's coming. The release date has been leaked. They have the title. They have the rating. They just started re-uploading all of the Black Flag music. And yet they still haven't officially announced it. It makes me
Xbox Showcase. Xbox Showcase.
Yeah, it has to be, right? Because if they didn't do the Game Awards, when are they going to do it? When did you say the showcase was?
22nd.
Okay, so we got some time.
Yeah.
That's my news. Oh, I guess this is a little piece of fun tidbit, but if you're a fan of Lara Croft or the Tomb Raider series, there were some new images released of Sophie Turner as Lara Croft, and I think she looked pretty good.
Yeah, it's the remake of the first Tomb Raider game and then a brand new Tomb Raider game in the same style, I guess. Is what they're doing.
No, I mean the movie.
Oh! Never
With
mind.
Sophie Turner. They're making a movie or TV show with Sophie Turner as Lara Croft, and they released some images today or yesterday at some point.
I did not see that. I'm looking now.
I thought she looked like a pretty good Lara Croft. So.
Oh yeah, no, I think this is good. This is good. That's a good representation.
She has the iconic look.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if we're going the iconic look, you have to have the triangle. You have to have the triangle nipples.
They can't cut glass, but she's doing her best.
As much as I hate Cybertrucks, that was my favorite meme. Is like, why do they look like Lara Croft's boobs? So.
My new stuff. That's all I got.
Cool. Because I'm not going to do much talking, I'm going to do all my talking right now and just do his and I agree with Emily. Animal Crossing had its big update yesterday, or 2 days ago, whatever it was.
Yesterday. I actually thought it was today, but it was yesterday.
Yeah, Emily started it. She's going to tell us her thoughts on it. And now I'm going to shut up because I didn't touch it.
Hi, friends. So if you are in the Animal Crossing world at all, you probably, or if you're just one of the millions of people who had a Nintendo Switch and experienced the Animal Crossing COVID mashup of March 2020, you probably played this or knew this at some point. You're probably asking yourself, it's 2026, right? It's been 6 years since that game launched. Why are you talking about Animal Crossing? And that's because 4.5 years, because I believe the last update was in November of 2021. Nintendo abandoned Animal Crossing. They said, we're done. This is the last update. Goodbye. We got all our money that we wanted from you. We're going to keep updating that mobile game that's raking in a fortune, but you're not getting anything else. And then they walked away from New Horizons. And then about 2 months ago, they showed back up 5 years later and they said, actually, here's one more piece. Here's one more little slice of the pie for you. And that came out today, which is Animal Crossing 3.0 update, as well as a Switch 2 version of Animal Crossing. The Switch 2 version is not much to write home about. It's a $5 upgrade that allows you to do co-op and multiplayer on Animal Crossing with more players. I believe the previous limit was 8, and now that limit is 12. You know, for all those people out there who have their, 11 friends actively playing Animal Crossing in the year 2026, and all paying $80 for a Nintendo Switch subscription, you can now play with all of them at once.
Don't forget, I get mouse controls now.
So, right. For all that heavy decorating that you do in Animal Crossing that requires precision.
Yeah, true.
I'm a little annoyed with this game today. So that was the big part of the paid content, and then honestly, part of the free content is also paid. They released the free 3.0 update today, and the big piece of the pie that came out with this was a hotel. And the concept of the hotel was that people could come and stay at the hotel, and you, the player, would be decorating the hotel. You would be assigned themes to each hotel room. You would decorate the hotel room based on that theme, and then in exchange, you would receive tickets to purchase exclusive furniture items at the hotel and things like that. Honestly, I played it today, and quite frankly, it's just the DLC, except worse. If you have the DLC, which you have if you paid $30, or you got it for free if you had the Nintendo Online subscription, so I think a good majority of Animal Crossing players had it. It's just a worse version. The DLC was Happy Home Paradise, which allowed you to go to another island, and it had a restaurant for you to decorate, a shop for you to decorate, a school, a hospital, and then people purchased vacation homes on the island, and you got to decorate an entire island for them, the inside, the outside. You could do a one-story house, you could do a two-story house. It brought in new features for decorating, like half walls and partitions and accent walls and changing the shape and size of a room. And this is basically, also there were about 40 to 100 houses you could do. And there was a whole plot of things going on. This is 8 hotel rooms. So there's only 8 rooms, and it's just like a worse version of the DLC. If you don't have the DLC and you really like decorating, this might be a lot of fun. This might be a great thing for you. If you have the DLC, it's not going to do much for you. If you want those new furniture pieces, go decorate some rooms, get some tickets, and get the cool furniture pieces. But if you're like most people, you're probably not looking for new Animal Crossing furniture in the year 2026. So that
You're
was
looking
fine.
for a new Animal Crossing game.
You're looking for a new Animal Crossing game, or you're perhaps like me. About 5 years ago, you moved on, and you've been playing Dreamlight Valley, and you're not really concerned about the hot new chair that they got in Animal Crossing today, because when I looked, I believe it was about like 15 new furniture pieces you could get. That does not include, speaking of Zelda, because we were talking about Zelda earlier, the Zelda items that have come to the game, which I don't know if I just didn't process this when they announced it. You actually do need Zelda amiibos to get. You cannot get any of the Zelda.
Those.
Okay, well, I earlier I was like, oh, I should tell Blake to bring his Zelda amiibos so I can get the Zelda items. And then I thought about it for about 2 more seconds, and I said, I don't need these Zelda items. I don't play Animal Crossing.
Real quick, hi Emma Daly, welcome in. Hope you're doing well.
Natalie.
Natalie. Oh, sorry.
That's my sister.
I know that's your sister, but like I forgot how to pronounce it, and you told me the story last week.
It's Natalie. Thank you.
Natalie.
So yeah, the Zelda items did look really cool. It comes with 2 new villages as well, Tulin and what's her name? The sister. Minoru.
Yeah.
Minoru. You can
Forgot
get those,
they
but
made
again,
the villagers.
Yeah, only if you have the amiibos, you can't access it otherwise. So it's technically a free update, but it's also paid in the sense that you have to go out and purchase a physical amiibo product, which I was not going to do for this.
I'm not gonna lie, they shut down amiibo so fast, and now they're like having a resurgence all of a sudden. Like people,
a lot of amiibos the last few years, and I don't really know why, but I know Griffin McElroy in his corner is still purchasing them.
I mean, I purchased my first amiibo in like 6 years in last year when I found this on the shelf. So, and now I'm finding them everywhere. They're not rare, but I have my boy. So,
my sister is texting my family chat and telling people to come watch us.
Shouts out to Emily's sister and Emily's family. I've met almost all of you.
They don't need to be here for this.
They know me. They like me, I'm assuming.
I'm not trying to keep them from you. My family just doesn't care about video games.
That's valid.
They do not play, nor do they consume or engage in any kind of video content. Once, when like this was right before Tears of the Kingdom came out, they released like the final trailer, and like I was all up in the theories about
you and I both were.
What it meant, what the Ouroboros meant, how it was going to be demise, and he was going to come back from his Skyward Sword. And they released the trailer. I was at work, and then I went to lunch, and I met up with my mom and my sisters and my grandma. I was like, I know you guys don't care about video games, but I have to talk for a minute. And I just like unleashed all of my theories on them, and my mom just kind of looked at me and was like, that sounds great. That sounds wonderful. They're very kind. They're very kind. They let me rant and ramble, but like, they're not invested. Okay, yes. Sorry, Allie. Allie likes Zelda, and she also plays Dreamlight Valley.
But does Allie play Animal Crossing and the new update?
No.
Oh.
They have Animal Crossing. My nieces used to play Animal Crossing back in the day, like a little, but I think they're still a little young, or the ones who played it were still a little young to like get the hang of all the decorating and everything. But back to the 3.0 update, because I have a lot to say about it, considering the fact that it wasn't much. A lot of it was just too late, it felt like. There was a lot of stuff they like introduced back, bulk crafting. Like if you're crafting a DIY object, instead of crafting 1 at a time, you can craft 10 at a time, and that's really neat. They introduced Rossetti. Everybody loves Rossetti from the old games. He's finally back, and he can clean certain parts of your island for you, which was a feature I was really excited about because I had been begging for that feature for 5 years. And tested it out today. It's very clunky and very hard to use and not super helpful. And so there was just a lot of things where I was like, this would have been really, really cool in 2020 or 2021 even. Like, I'll give them that grace. But in the year 2026, I don't really think that getting rid of my flowers is going to do much for me. In fact, I played a little of the update and then I was like, I'm not having fun, and I put it down. And then I said, no, I really need to play more, so I have more to talk about tonight. And so I started playing again, and I started to get a little motivated to decorate and to redesign my island. And I was like, I want this to look really nice. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to start decorating again. And then I got about 10 minutes into that before I remembered how much just bureaucratic BS is in every Nintendo game. So let me just explain the process of finding Rossetti and trying to get him to clean part of your island for you. First of all, he doesn't have a shop. He doesn't have a phone app or anything. You just have to wander the island and hope he shows up. So I wandered the island. I finally found Rossetti. He explained his process to me. And then he tells me, go find Isabel at the town hall if you want to use my services, which seems useless. Why do I have to go to Isabel to use his services? Why doesn't he give me a phone app? So I go to the town hall. Isabel won't let me call him. I go to Tom Nook. Tom Nook won't let me call him. I have to go find Rossetti again. And he's like, oh, well, since I'm so already here, you don't have to call me. Okay, fine. So then I tell him I want him to clean my island. At which point he tells me it's going to be $60,000 to clean my island.
Bells,
and then,
ma'am. Bells.
Bells. Sorry. Then he hands me a transmitter so that I can wander the island. And when I find the spot I want him to clean, I can summon him with the transmitter. And then I have to go find the spot, hit the button, say I'd like Rossetti to come. Then Rossetti shows up. Then I tell him this is the area I want to clean. Then he asks me if I'm sure. Then he gives me a preview of the area, what it will look like after he's cleaned it. Then I have to hit yes. Then I have to go through this little sequence and this little cutscene, and then the area is cleaned. But like,
no.
Square area.
That sounds awful.
To be like, hey, can you clean my whole island? And he was like, yeah, I'll do that, except for you don't have enough space in your storage, so bye. And then he left.
So
and then I to test it out again. You do have to go to Isabel and have her call him, but she doesn't call him and he shows up at the town hall to ask you questions. He just spawns somewhere on the island. So you have to go hunt for him somewhere. You have to go figure out where he spawned.
Are they just trying to pump playtime hours or something? Like, this doesn't make sense.
But this is like the Nintendo way. This is the Animal Crossing way of making you go through like 20 steps to get one thing done. Right? Like, if you want to move a house in Animal Crossing, you have to go to the town hall. You have to talk to Tom Nook. You have to tell him you want to talk about changing a house. And you have to tell him it's a villager's house. And you have to tell him which villager's house it is. Then you have to tell him where you want it to go. Then you have to go out and you have to put it down. Then you have to pay for it. Then you have to come back. And then you have to wait 24 hours. Like, that is just the Nintendo way of putting all of these roadblocks and steps to slow progress. And it's so frustrating, especially if you're like me and you've moved on in the last 5 years from Animal Crossing, and you're now, let's say, because you all know me, in the world of Dreamlight Valley, where all you have to do is hit the triangle button on your controller, and you have godly powers to move every tree, rock, house, plant, anything you want, as many times as you want, as often as you want.
Still can't move the ponds, but...
You can't move the ponds, you're so right. Animal Crossing does let you terraform. But there was even a part today where I was like decorating the hotel rooms. And they were like, oh yeah, we want to do like a beach theme. And so I started decorating and I started to get really frustrated because I was so limited, like compared to Dreamlight Valley. Like, Dreamlight Valley, you can change the windows and the doors and the ceiling and you can do all these things. And Animal Crossing does not let you touch any of that. The windows are very basic little white square windows and you can't do anything with those. They don't have any like curtains or anything that you can add. I started to get really frustrated with how limiting. It didn't feel limiting at the time when I was playing in 2020, but going back to Animal Crossing after playing other games, it feels very limiting in the way that you can decorate and how you can control the area. And it was really frustrating. Especially I didn't get a chance to do this myself, but I watched somebody else do it. They also introduced something called Slumber Islands, which is basically you go into the dream world and you and friends can get together on your own island and design it however you want. And for these dream islands, because it's a dream, they removed all the excess steps to doing things. Like, you can go up to a pond and you can hit, I want a bridge here. You can pick the bridge that you want. You can hit the button and the bridge just appears. And that made me so angry because that means Animal Crossing has the capability of letting you just put this stuff wherever you want without having to wait 48 hours and raise 200,000 bells. They just don't.
But let me. I need to check something. Gameloft makes Dreamlight Valley, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they both go back because those people are very French.
Let's see. Okay. So in 2020, as of mid 2026, Nintendo is worth between 75 and 77 billion dollars. Okay. Gameloft is only worth about 300 million. Not billion, million.
Now, I will say this. Gameloft has managed to streamline decorating and really gives you control in a way that Animal Crossing does not. However, let's not put Dreamloft on too high of a horse when it comes like the quality, because it's still very buggy and it crashes a lot and they do have microtransactions and things like that.
Yes.
But when it comes to user experience and like the ability to do a bird's eye view of an area and lay paths and do all the things that you can't even turn objects diagonally in Animal Crossing. You can't even have an object on an angle. And I started to get really, really bitter when I was decorating this one hotel room earlier because I was like, I can't put this on an angle. I can't change the windows. I can't do this. I can't do that.
Animal Crossing also has like the very like strict grid system you have to follow. You can't go 1 inch over where you want it to actually be. Where Dreamlight Valley is like, yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, Dreamlight Valley also has a grid system, but its grid system is smaller, and it also has like half grid items. So like an item can take up a half grid space instead of a whole. Animal Crossing works in whole grid spaces. So items are always going to be far apart. You're never going to be able to get like this very authentic looking closeness with the items that you're decorating with because they're always going to be so far apart and awkward. So, I went in and played it for a while today, but the really good parts about it felt like they still came 5 years too late. And the other parts about it they felt really clunky in comparison to the other games that I was playing at the time. I will say, however, getting back into this, it did remind me how much I love the aesthetic of Animal Crossing, how much I love the music of Animal Crossing. They introduced new music for these like slumber islands that you can go to, and it was just so peaceful and relaxing. And it made me remember how much I hate Dreamlight Valley's music. Even though it's music, it's insufferable, and I usually play on mute. So, I don't want to bash too hard on Animal Crossing. I hope what this free update was hopefully an incentive to try to get people back into the mechanics of Animal Crossing and enjoying Animal Crossing again, so that when they announce a new game in a couple months or it comes out next year, that people are going to be excited about it. I hope this is a first step, a testing of some kind. I hope this wasn't just hey, take this update because we're not giving you a new game for another 3 years, so let this tide you over, because it really was just a watered down version of the DLC.
Oh wait.
It wasn't really anything exciting.
Oh, I thought I was crashing for a second. We're good. We're here.
You just got really quiet, and I was like, are you really devastated that I didn't like the Animal Crossing update? Did I ruin your life?
My PC froze for
a moment. You know how much you love Animal Crossing.
You know me. Animal Crossing nonstop, baby. I gotta check my PC temps because that scared me. No, I'm still within good range. What I was trying to do when this all happened is I was going to look at our next topic for next week, and then everything froze. So
you broke everything.
We're good. We're back.
I will say this for people who maybe has a passive interest in Animal Crossing, or maybe bought the game back in 2020 and haven't played it for a while. If you haven't played the DLC and you don't own the DLC, the hotel is probably a lot of fun. It's a really cool chance to decorate and use some new tools, but if you already have the DLC or you've played the DLC, this is not going to be anything worthwhile. But the good news is also it was free. So you don't have to pay for it, and you don't have to wonder if it's worth the money. It's not, but you don't have to wonder.
I love how I'm looking at this sheet here, Em. Mm-hmm. And we have reviews on here. And 2 of them, which I'm going to play with you, you marked as Emily only reviews. I just fixed it.
Which ones?
Black Flag Remake.
You did not tell me you were playing the Black Flag remake,
I
and
did.
you did not tell me that recently you were playing 007. Also, when I put these in here, I put the ones I know I'm playing. If you're going to do it, you have to go in there and you have to add yourself to it.
Huh?
You add your
remember
own
this.
reviews. I go in there, I put the things I'm going to play. Golden Gun.
Golden Gun.
So good. Hey, that's the first 007 game on the N64.
Oh, not the one that I have back there?
GoldenEye.
Yeah, GoldenEye.
But you can get the Golden Gun, and the Golden Gun kills people in one hit.
I haven't played GoldenEye since I was like 4. Not 4. That's wrong.
You
Like
should play it
7.
again.
I probably should. I
think-
have it in complete in box.
Oh, then play it. What are you doing? Actually, the second one, The World Is Not Enough, was my favorite. But the last time I played Golden Gun was at a video game bar in Osaka with 2 of my friends. And that was the only game that they had on the N64 was GoldenEye. It was great. I won.
I remember because my dad traveled a lot for work, but whenever I went with him, this is back when they had N64 hookups in like hotel rooms. And I remember always wanting to play Kirby and the Crystal Shards on the TV in the hotel rooms. And I've never played that game all the way through. I've only played the first level every single time.
Because you started it over every single time.
Well, I had to because it was a different hotel room. I never owned it. Like,
That makes me think of Super Mario on the N64 because I have also never beaten that game. I start that game all the time, and then I get to like the 3rd level, and I do like the penguin level, and then I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Here's the weird thing about Mario 64. The beginning levels all slap so hard. The mid game
So good.
is rough, and then the last levels go back to slapping and being awesome. Like that mid game is kind of a slog for Mario 64.
Wait, is it good? Does it get good at the end? I actually exclusively make it to either the water level or the area with all the booze, and then I'm like, I actually don't know what I'm supposed to be doing anymore, and I just stop playing.
There is I think it's called Little Big Island, and I think that's probably is my favorite world where all the Goombas are like either giant and you're tiny, or all the Goombas are tiny and you're just a giant, and like everything
That's
is
awesome.
crazy. Like the last set of levels are awesome. Huh?
I should probably beat it at some point. It's such an iconic game. You know me and Mario, we're not that good of friends. I mean, like,
Yeah.
we're cool when we play Mario Kart or Mario Party or Paper Mario, but he doesn't inspire me that much in his daily life.
Speaking of Mario, you haven't had a new Animal Crossing in 5 years. I haven't had a new Mario Maker in 7 years. Will be this year. It'll be 7 years this year.
It's actually been 6 years since Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, 2020, and then 2019 was Mario Maker. Mid 2019.
So, I need both. I don't know if Mario Maker was quite the money maker that Animal Crossing was, though.
Oh no, not even close. Not even close. And Nintendo said, yeah, we're gonna keep doing updates, and then they stopped, like abruptly, like they did with Animal Crossing. Trust
Probably
me.
because they weren't making money.
Well, they weren't paid DLCs. None of the updates were paid for Mario Maker, so I'll say that. But give me Mario Maker 3, please.
We need a 3D Mario game this year.
We're not gonna get a 3D Mario game this year. I already have because Donkey Kong Bonanza already came out last year. I think they're like, give it another year or two.
You think because the Mario Galaxy movie is coming out in April that will affect it at all?
They just gave us the remasters for both games on the Switch, so they were like, that's good enough. Now, granted, because I'm a dirty collector, I did buy the bundled remaster collection.
You know, I respect that. I would have probably bought it if I had a Switch 2, which I don't.
No, it's on Switch 1. It's not. They didn't release it for Switch 2, only Switch 1.
I probably won't buy it still.
Oh, see, now the tune has changed. Wow.
Mario Galaxy on the Switch. I probably won't buy a bundle for a game I already own. I am taking my nieces to the Mario movie because I also love. I wish my nieces were old enough to play and enjoy Mario Galaxy because I love Mario Galaxy, and the fact that the second movie is based on that game makes me so happy. That's one of the very few 3D Mario games that I've played and really enjoyed.
Wait, which? Oh, Galaxy. Yeah, Galaxy.
Well, the one they're basing the movie off of.
Yeah, I get in arguments with people because they think. Granted, Galaxy 2 gives us Yoshi. I know this.
To say it's hard to compete with Galaxy 2. I haven't played Galaxy 2, but I know it's hard to compete with it because it has Yoshi. and the first one doesn't. And anything that has Yoshi is inherently better.
But the hub world in 1 is so uninspired. Sorry, in 2 is so uninspired. Like, you're just on a ship and you're going, boop, here's the level, boop, here's the level, boop. I love a good hub. I love a good hub world. I love an interactive good Mario Sunshine's hub world. Chef's kiss.
Twilight Town. What about Twilight Town's a good hub world.
Oh yeah, Twilight Town. I think Traverse Town is slightly better, but that's because that music bops.
That's nostalgia talking, Blake. Twilight Town is way more fleshed out. It actually has human beings inside of it. Twilight Town or Traverse Town has like 2 random people.
And then the same. They reused the Tidus asset in the beginning because I'm like, oh, Tidus came here. I was like, no, this is a different guy.
There's literally 2 NPCs in that entire town and all of the 101 Dalmatians. That is the population of Traverse Town. Twilight Town actually has like people hanging out and like it has Remy's restaurant.
You're talking about KH3 Twilight Town.
Well, KH2 Twilight Town isn't a hub world.
It's more. I guess not. I guess technically not. I don't even consider
like the first hour.
I don't even consider KH3's Twilight Town the hub worlds.
What would you consider KH3's Twilight hub world?
I don't think it necessarily has one because you don't really go back to Twilight Town that often. You do. I think you go back enough times for it to be considered the hub world, but it still didn't feel hub worldy to me.
You're crazy. It's got Remy's where you do all your cooking and you bring all your ingredients that you find in the rest of the worlds. It's got the characters waiting. It has all the shops. It has the mansion that you go to. So it absolutely is intended to be the hub world.
Kingdom Hearts 2's hub world is Radiant Garden. 100%, no question.
Oh, you're right.
And that one also... no, that one's so good. What do you mean?
It's fine. We've turned this podcast episode into something that it wasn't. Now we're comparing Kingdom Hearts hub world.
No, but give me something cooler than the 1,000 Heartless Challenge in Twilight Town.
I'm not arguing with the quests that exist within Radiant Garden because there's a lot of quests in a lot of different worlds. Yeah. So I'm talking about specifically as a hub world, like the characters that you run into there, the atmosphere, the music. I prefer Twilight Town or Traverse Town. Radiant Garden's cool, but it's not good as a hub world.
That will be a future episode discussion, I think. It's just hub worlds. I think we just need to talk about cool hub worlds because I love hub worlds. One more thing I'm going to ask on podcast before I go. So, I do have a game pre-ordered that I wasn't planning on playing because I haven't played the first one yet. It's on my shelf on the backlog called Code Vein. The second one comes out.
Why are you buying sequels to games you haven't played?
Because people say Code Vein is wonderful and I'm willing to try it. And hey, I'm going to do it. But listen.
Well, play the game. You're willing to try it. You bought the game. So play the game and then buy the... Okay, sorry.
Well, listen. So I'm saying I'll put Oblivion on... If we need a review, I'll put Oblivion on pause. Go through all of Code Vein and be ready to review Code Vein 2. But I don't know how down for that people would be. So, like, tell me.
Are you asking me or are you asking the populace?
Yes.
If you want to review Oblivion or you want to review Code Vein, that is.
I'm gonna stick with Oblivion. My big review this year is Pragmata because as soon as that comes out, nothing else matters. I'm playing Pragmata all the way through, and I would be so happy. I said that with Lost Soul aside, and look where that got me. I'm overhyping this thing that I've not touched yet.
Everybody really hyped up Starfield, and you saw how that went.
Nobody
watching this podcast because my sister just said she has no clue what you're talking about, but she's down. I had dinner with my other sister the other night, and I was talking about how my whole family watched our last episode, and she was like, "Oh, I saw your YouTube short. It was really funny. I had no idea what you were talking about, but it was really funny." And I was like, "What YouTube short?" And I remember it was the one where I was comparing Starfield's flight capabilities to the Kingdom Hearts gummy ship.
That's back when I was like, I need to make shorts, and then I realized that time is a valuable thing that I just don't have.
It's back when we were funny. Do you remember when we were funny?
I think we're funny.
I think we've lost it. I think we have to find it again.
Oh, we also need to plan our stream game of us playing Lego Voyagers for an episode.
Yes, we will do that. But we're over time, so we'll do our planning, and we'll let the people get back. We have a couple fun topics coming up the next few weeks. We're talking about one that I pitched. I actually haven't even spoken to Blake about it.
I can see.
But we're going to be talking about mid-size games. I'm sick of these 100+ hour gaming experience. I just played all 3 Mass Effects, and each one was about 25 hours apiece, and that was fantastic. I want more of those. Give me more. Blake says we're talking about Hogwarts, so we're going to talk about that.
Dude, I love a good hub world.
We're going to talk about Hub World. And then, of course, once we hit February, you guys know me, I'm going to be exclusively talking about Resident Evil 9, because Resident Evil 9 Requiem comes out at the end of February. And I am so incredibly excited, aside from the fact that Leon S. Kennedy is going to be there. And yes, Allie, maybe we can find a Zelda topic to talk about. We've talked a lot about Zelda in the past.
Go watch our first, 5 episodes.
We've done a few on specific Zelda games, like we did Echoes of Wisdom. We did our bracket of the best 3D Zeldas.
Yep.
Oh, we did the 2 Tears of the Kingdom review episodes.
Yep. The thing that sparked this podcast.
I just talked about Link's Awakening a couple weeks ago because I played that for the first time. I don't know, we could find something else Zelda to talk about.
There's always something Zelda to talk about.
Anniversary of Zelda, so we should do something this year in honor of Zelda.
Just so you guys also know, at the end of February, beginning of March, I will be gone for a week, and then Emily will be gone for a week. I might try to do podcasts while Emily's gone, but unfortunately, Emily does not have the things to do podcasts when I'm gone. So there might be a 1-week gap. There might be a 2-week gap. We'll figure it out.
There will at least be a 1-week gap. I won't be streaming when Blake is not here. That's also, when he's gone, is a day before I'm going to be leaving for my conference to DC, which I will be gone for. So I won't be streaming. But when I get back, I promise Resident Evil Requiem, I might, don't hold me to it, I might even stream it on my channel. I might stream my first playthrough. We'll see if I can make my stream work. It wasn't working last time. But
remember that time Emily told me, hey, I need you for RE5? And then it never came because we fixed her computer issues and then she never tried again.
I'm scared to try. I'm scared it's going to crash.
I fixed the problem. I found the source of the issue.
The problem. If we haven't tried again.
Exactly. I won't know I fixed it until you try it.
Okay. I am going to tentatively try to play Resident Evil Requiem and try to stream it for you all. The only reason that I wouldn't is I might have to stream it for my friend in Korea because she won't have access to a PlayStation. But if not for her, then I will stream at least the first bit of the playthrough for you guys. I'm very excited.
Happy birthday. I'm not going to say her name. Happy birthday to that Korea friend. I know the day's her birthday. Happy birthday, person whose name is there.
She turned a big 30, and she went to a place called Pickles for Pizza, which I thought was a weird combo. But she says that's a very normal thing in Korea. And it made me think about how when I lived in Japan, they put corn on their pizza. And I also thought that was horrifying.
I could see corn on pizza. I wouldn't go for it, but I can see it.
Ugh, it's just so nasty.
Corn is delicious.
Technically, her birthday was yesterday in Korea.
Yeah, but we're not in Korea. We're not going to do this. Okay, everybody.
American birthdays are real birthdays. Yeah, come on, Blake. Let's talk about how great America is. You started this. Let's talk about how much we love America in the year 2020.
That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for us. And remember, kids, crushed ice is the best way to have your ice. Okay, everybody.
Actually, no, the little pellets.
That's crushed ice. That's crushed ice.
Yeah, but it's not. This is a very specific form of ice.
Oh, I'm not talking about that kind of ice. Okay, bye, everybody. Have a good night. Okay, bye, everybody. Bye.